Is this you? You joined an interesting looking game on Roblox that you might have heard about through a friend, video, or by simply scrolling the homepage bored out of your mind. Either way, welcome. This game can be hard to navigate for someone not familiar with Roblox genres, so I'm here to compile a comprehensive video taking into account every aspect that the game has to offer. Welcome to the Napoleonic Wars. My name is Goatrow. I've been in the Napoleonic Wars genre since about 2023 and have established myself as a quality guide, mentor, and instructor for many new players in the game. I specialize in the clueless and will make it my job to shape you into an esteemed grenadier regardless of which regiment you join. If you're familiar with my old guides, I decided to remaster them and compile all of them into an ultimate golden guide. In this video, I'll teach you how to join a regiment, understand the basic mechanics and user interface of the game, be an elite ranker, flag guard, flag bearer, and even the basics of line leading. Yes, you heard me. All of you can finally stop asking me for an officer guide now. After watching this video, you'll be able to jump into the game ready for anything that comes your way. Let's jump into this ultimate guide, starting with joining a regiment. Firstly, if you haven't done it yet, make your way over to the Napoleonic Wars group on Roblox and join their official Discord. This server will come in handy. The Napoleonic Wars genre is compiled of many different nations. There have been many nations in the past, and nations are subject to change. The game features two opposing factions, the French and their allies, and the Coalition, a unified force determined to overthrow the French Emperor and break his grip on Europe. Each nation, corps, and regiment has a distinct community and environment. Check out the different nations and try them out until you find a regiment that best suits you. You can check out each of the nations and corps in the official Napoleonic Wars Discord. Within each nation the game has to offer, there's corps. A corps consists of several regiments. Regiments are smaller, more tight-knit communities. Each nation has a different number of corps, which can have a different number of regiments, which can have different sizes. Typically, a corps consists of 3 regiments. For example, 1st Corps in France has 84E, a line regiment, 7E, a light regiment, and Bavaria, a foreign unit. Before you go enlisting in regiments and acquiring new threads, you're going to want to verify with BloxLink. BloxLink is a service that links your Roblox account to your Discord, and it is required if you want to play the game. You can go to any nation's Verify or bot spam channel and type /verify and hit enter. If you click on the BloxLink hyperlink, it'll take you to BloxLink's dashboard, where you can add or change your Roblox account. To link your Roblox with your Discord, follow the steps on BloxLink's website. If you verified successfully, your roles in the nation's Discord server should update to a nice green verified. Now that you're verified, start looking for a regiment. Once you find a regiment of your choice, go to their enlistment channel and follow their provided format. Don't forget to request to join the groups on Roblox. An officer will enlist you into their regiment where you will receive a conscript rank, a uniform, and access to a bunch of new channels. Each nation has different ranks and systems for promotions. You can earn new ranks by showcasing your skill, staying active, and involving yourself with your regiment. New ranks are often associated with new uniforms. Most regiments are composed of companies, which have distinct cosmetic changes that differentiate rankers like you based on their skill. The company progression system usually goes as follows. Fusiliers are typically new and are grasping the ropes of the game and their regiment. Help your regiment out and dedicate yourself to attending events, and you can make your way to the Voltigeurs. Voltigeurs are usually the middle company between Fusiliers and Grenadiers. They've mastered the basics of the game and are working on advanced game mechanics. After the Voltigeurs comes the Grenadiers. This is the upper echelon. They're cold-blooded killers. They understand the basic and advanced mechanics of the game. Dedication, discipline, and skill are key traits of a Grenadier. Medals are a big part of every single nation. Each nation has distinct medals that can be earned on and off the game. Recruit new members to your regiment and earn a recruitment medal. Top frag every battle and earn yourself a combat medal. Rank up, become an officer, commanding your line to victory, and earn a commander medal. There are so many medals in the game, and there's no limit on what medals you can or can't achieve. Just know, some medals are much harder to achieve than others, while some are locked to certain campaigns and cannot be earned anymore. Some are even so special they show up on your avatar in-game. Most medals have tiers which can be upgraded. Collect them all so you can look like Jason Isaacs in The Death of Stalin. The game isn't just about capturing points in Barreau with no French resistance. If it was, that would be boring and you wouldn't be here. You need to join a battle. A battle is a scheduled event outside of Barreau. To join a battle, look in your regiment's deployment channel. There, you'll find a 6-letter code. Copy it and paste it in this box in the game's menu. You'll then be teleported to the server the battle takes place in. Push space to spawn in. Don't forget to join your regiment's muster so you can hear your officers. Push tab to open the leaderboard. Here, you'll be shown information on all the lines in your server, including their nation, corps, regiment, and players within their line. You can collapse information for individual lines by clicking on the arrow to the right of their name. You can also collapse information for teams by clicking on the arrow in the very top right of the leaderboard. As the battle goes on, lines will earn points. To the left of the points is the line's DPP, also known as the damage per person, which represents the average damage your line has dealt to enemies. To win a battle, your team has to earn more points, also known as tickets, than the other team. Sometimes, in big campaigns or battles, servers and maps will be linked. Linked servers will contribute their server score to the overall score of a battle. You can earn tickets and score by killing enemies, breaking enemy lines, and capturing enemy flags. The most tickets at the end of a battle wins. You'll see important information about your individual character, including statistics, settings, and other cool little doodads. Starting with the bottom right of your screen, you'll find various controls. Hovering over them tells them what each one does. The most important one here is the setting. If you don't want music, or if you catch yourself struggling to run the game, there is a performance slider. Feel free to adjust this and reduce any lag on your end. Now, moving to the bottom left. First, your health. Pretty self-explanatory. If your health reaches 0, you die. When you die, it costs your line tickets. You always respawn with full health, which has a numerical value of 100. Second, you have your morale. Like your health, morale has a scale ranging from 0 to 100. Now, morale affects two things. First, your shooting, and second, your stabbing. Low morale causes weapon sway and reduced accuracy. If it is low enough, you will even misfire your weapon. Low morale also affects how much melee damage you do. Morale scales with your melee damage. Since a fully charged melee swing with full morale does 50 damage, a fully charged melee swing with half morale will only do 25. You always want your morale to be full. You lose morale by enemy near misses. You drastically lose morale by being too far from your line's flag. You can raise morale by synchronized chants with your line, volleys, and staying close to your line's flag. Lastly, you have company. Company can be seen at the very bottom as well as above flags in battle. Company refers to the amount of tickets and or respawns remaining for a line. Think of it as the fighting strength for a line. Dying out of line formation costs 4 tickets. Dying near your allies costs 3 tickets, and dying in line formation costs 2. Company naturally decays if an enemy line is nearby. If a line completely runs out of company points, they're broken. A broken line cannot get respawns, making them extremely vulnerable to losing their flag. When a line breaks, they receive a prompt at the top of the screen. The prompt has 2 criteria that they must satisfy or else they will remain broken. One is a timer that counts down starting from 20 seconds, and the second is your distance from an enemy flag. If these 2 prompts are not both satisfied at the same time, you will not recover. A line that isn't broken can regain company by preventing rankers in their line from dying and staying further away from enemy flags. Moving on to bonuses. There are several buffs and bonuses in the game. These bonuses can affect anything from your movement speed, company, morale, to even capture speed. Chanting allows you to gain morale, the key mechanic which allows you to fight at your very best. It doesn't last forever, however, and needs topping off every moment or so. If average company morale is low, an officer may announce 3, 2, 1, chant. To chant, just tap Q. Chanting gives the best morale gain, but isn't the only morale gaining bonus. The near flag bonus is also a slow morale gaining bonus. However, if you're too far from your own flag, you'll actually lose it all. This means that you will then run out of morale, and as such, cannot melee at full power and cannot fire. The volley bonus is a fast morale gaining bonus. If enough people fire in a line at the same time, the bonus will be applied. The rush bonus lasts for 60 seconds with all types of companies except for cavalry, which lasts for 30. This bonus does not decrease company strength if you die and gains the user with massive morale bonus and walking speed. The only way that you can receive rush is if your flag gets captured. Not really a buff that you want to have. The group bonus can reduce your morale. However, combined with other bonuses, it will add to your morale. This happens when you're in a group with your allies. It is also great for when you charge, as it means if you're shot, you will not lose melee power. The line bonus is achieved when 3 rankers are next to each other, forming a line. If one ranker moves, then the bonus for the 2 rankers next to them will be broken. All 3 need to be standing still. The line bonus affects variables such as accuracy, morale defense, and aiming speed. If the line bonus is broken while a ranker is aiming, then the aiming will reset and cause the ranker's shot to most likely miss. Moving in line will prevent your death, however, will harm your teammates in line, potentially making you lose the fight. The skirmish bonus has 2 great effects. Your reloads are not affected while crouched, and you can also run faster than infantry. On top of this, skirmishers can aim better with almost no bullet drop. A quick thing to note is it only occurs in a skirmish-like formation, meaning it is just like the line bonus, but a little bit of a gap. There are 3 unit types currently in the game. The first is regular infantry. A good chunk of the game is fought with regular infantry. Their primary formation is a line and consists of a balanced mix of shooting and melee. Skirmishers are a smaller formation, usually composed of 15 rankers, who are equipped with improved firearms. Their small size and mobility makes them a good support unit for pressuring lines with their accurate rifles. However, due to their small size, they struggle with melee. Their primary formation is skirmish, which allows them to retain accuracy while being incredibly spread out. Like skirmishers, cavalry is a smaller support unit that specializes in disrupting enemy front lines with pure horsepower. If left unattended, they can cause massive devastation to a line with the coordination of their team. Cavalry is a glass cannon. They can break and scatter much easier, but a perfectly timed cavalry charge can leave a line wondering what the hell happened. Since infantry is the default unit in the game, let's dive into what makes infantry infantry. Infantry has 4 roles. The officer commands the line. His goal is to give orders and lead his line to victory. The flag bearer is a vital role to the line. It is a support role whose primary goal is to provide the line with respawns. Nobody holding the flag? No respawns. The flag bearer can't do it all on his own. He needs support. 3 to 4 rankers from a line are selected to be flag guards. A flag guard protects the flag during charges and temporarily holds the flag when the bearer is shot. Without a support system for your flag, the flag bearer will crumble. Lastly is the regular rankers. This is where you'll start out. Listen to your commander for orders, shoot, stab, kill, easy as that. Mastering the fundamentals of being a ranker is one of the most important aspects of the game. A good understanding of what it takes to be a fantastic ranker will help you on your genre-wide journey. There are 4 main aspects I want to cover about being a ranker. They are forming and spacing, shooting, melee, and lastly, discipline. With these aspects, I'll break it up into more foundational information and later provide more advanced tips that you should be doing if you want to become an elite ranker. Let's start with forming and spacing. In Napoleonic Wars, you fight in line formations. It takes 3 people standing still to make a line. When commanded to form, make sure you always have the blue line buff, which you can see in the bottom left of your screen. If you are in group or no formation, your accuracy will be severely reduced and you will lose more tickets for your line should you die. Now, don't be complacent with just a line buff. If you form too close to others in line, you make it easier for your opponents to kill you. You want to optimize this spacing. About 1 body width in between you and your fellow rankers is the general rule of thumb. While reloading, you always want to use shift lock and turn sideways. This is because your hitbox is drastically reduced compared to looking straight ahead. Super advanced tip, the animation takes a second to turn to the side. You don't have to instantly turn, which can help you further reduce your hitbox. Walking and crouching drastically reduces reload speed. Ensure you don't do either of these while reloading unless otherwise instructed by your commander. If you want to shoot, first you need to pull your musket out. To do this, push 1 to shoulder your arms. After you have your musket shouldered, push F to skirmish arms. This gets you ready to present at a target. Hold down left click to present. Aim and let go of left click to fire. Note, if you are holding down right click to move your camera while you are aiming, you cannot fire. Let go of right click first and then let go of left click to fire. During the reload animation, if you hold down left click, you will automatically present arms. This will skip the shoulder animation, allowing you to fire efficiently, in which you also have slower watch speed. When it comes to aiming, it's extremely subjective. I recommend you try a bunch of different styles until you find one that works for you. There are so many different shooting guides in the genre, it would be a disservice to say, this is the best way to shoot. Just try stuff out until you find what works for you. To melee, make sure you have your musket out and then push X. Melee consists of 4 important elements that need to work simultaneously to allow a line to beat another while charging. The first one being camera angle. The camera angle you choose will affect the reach that you have on your bayonet. An optimal angle should only slightly point down to allow you to get the maximum reach possible while also seeing where you're stabbing. Next, there's swinging your mouse. More dedicated members of the Napoleonic Wars genre use this technique to get the widest reach of their bayonet. That way they have less of a chance of missing a person who may be trying to dodge their stab. Hey, this is Goatrow in post here. I'm adding on to this segment because I found out while practicing swinging my mouse and meleeing that the entire animation of the swing, including when you pull the bayonet back, still counts as an active hitbox. So you could be pulling your bayonet back at the end of your animation, and if you still hit an enemy, it will still count as damage. So that hitbox is still active. I'll show a couple clips as I'm talking right here to give a perfect example of why you swing your mouse while you're in a charge, because that entire animation of the stab, that hitbox is still active. Second to last, we have morale. Morale is a huge factor to see whether a line will have an easier chance of beating their enemy. At full morale, you can stab with 50 damage as long as you fully charge your swing. At the lowest morale, this drops to 2 to 4. With this in mind, it is important to always have full morale whenever you go into melee, as otherwise the line that faces you has a huge advantage. Finally, this will all be compiled when you're blobbing. The best blob combined with all of these previous tips will always prevail. An optimal blob will be going to the center and onto the pane before reaching the enemy. Better bayonet condensity means that for every enemy that might stab you, you will be able to stab them back 2 to 3 times more, and as a result, they lose more strength. The ability to listen to your commander regardless of how it benefits you as an individual is vital to win against stronger lines. A line that works together for a common goal and has rankers who work for each other's benefit rather than their own benefit of top fragging or ramboing has an advantage over those who don't. When your commander says to hold shots, you should, regardless of the situation, try to follow that to the best of your ability. Your commander has something planned, and if no one listens, the whole line can collapse. So make sure you hold your shots when asked. I hope you guys have everything you need to get started with Napoleonic Wars. This game is a lot of fun, and it's even more so when you have a general understanding on how the game and the community operates. I've made some really great friends and memories playing this game, and I hope that you do too. I want to give a huge shout out to TheOneGoodSoul. He's a ranker in mine and Manner's Fjordlands, and he helped write the 20-page script that this video has, as well as compiled key assets needed for this video. It was a massive project that took way longer than it should have, so hats off to you, Soul. Thank you again to my actors in the video, AlpineCommander, MannerOfSpeaking, and Leaked. If you guys are looking to apply what you learned in this video but don't know which regiment to join, I would suggest Fjordlands. Me and a well-put-together squad of officers are ready to accept you with open arms, and we offer personalized training and events in a fun-comes-first environment. I'll put the Discord join link in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield.